Lipscomb Academy and Calvert Hall. There you take a look at the Calvert Hall defense on the season. 1-1. They won their opening week game against St. Michael. They won that game 41-6 before losing a heartbreaker against Life Christian 37-30. Lipscomb, on the other hand, they're a perfect 3-0. They played in Georgia against Milton, won that game 17-7. Then played in Alabama against Thompson, won that one 24-14 before taking on Good Pasture in Tennessee last week, pitching the shutout 52-0. Hank Brown has it, hands it off to Patterson once again, using the right side of the field. Big gainer. That time it was not Patterson. Another sophomore running back, Micah Burden, with the carry. And Burden showing some burst that time. Just the 6th carry of the season for Micah Burden. He came in 22 yards on the ground, 4.4 yards per carry. Once again, they'll give it to him, and that time, Calvert Hall with the stop. Keaton Eyring, the junior defensive end, with the stop that time, and really the first time that Calvert Hall on this opening drive has been able to slow Lipscomb down. Brown with it. Quick out to the near sideline, and receiving that one is junior Sherrill. Sherrill leads the Lipscomb Academy in receptions and yards. That's now his 19th reception on the season, over 200 yards, averaging over 11 yards per catch. Sherrill, another one of these seniors, 3-star. He will be playing right here in Nashville next season in college, playing at Vanderbilt. Brown, play fake, once again gives it off to Sherrill. Blockers out in front. Sherrill continuing to move the ball down the field inside the red zone. Another first down for Lipscomb as they are moving at will right now. Coming into today's game, Lipscomb in their first 3 games averaging 31 points offensively. Calvert Hall defensively giving up 21. It remains Micah Burden in the backfield right now for Hank Brown. Trips out to the left. Snap, play fake. Once again, a screen to Sherrill. Sherrill with a nice cut. He'll cut towards the goal line and will be brought down. Another first down for junior Sherrill. We get a good look at the senior Sherrill, electing to stay home in Nashville. First down and goal from the 2. They bring Patterson back in the backfield. They'll give it to him off the right guard and into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Lipscomb. Drew Patterson, the sophomore, with the first points of the game, his 3rd touchdown on the season. And that time, Lipscomb Academy made it look easy. Pretty much all but 3 plays were either a first down or a touchdown. On for the extra point, the kick is up, and it is good. And Lipscomb Academy starts things off with a bang. 7-0 from Nashville here on Flow Football. Well, Lipscomb was the team that jumped out on front. They received the opening kickoff, went right down the field at will as we get a good look at the head coach of Lipscomb, and no other than Super Bowl champion Trent Dilfer. Dilfer, what a success he has had since coming over here 4 years ago. He started off as his head coaching record 7-8. Since then, 24-2, including the state championship last season. Not too shabby to have a NFL quarterback who won a Super Bowl, also an analyst on ESPN still. As Lipscomb gets set to kick off to Calvert Hall, they'll get the ball for the first time as they'll return it from the 1-yard line. Straight up the field and hit right at the 16-yard line. Forward progress might have moved up to the 17, and that's exactly where Calvert Hall will take over. Return man Gabe Lavrone. They're taking a look at the defense, but what a home field it has been for Lipscomb. 15-0, outscoring opponents in their last 15 games, 777 to 83. And you look at that turnover margin, that's going to be a key tonight once again. Plus 32 in the turnover category. Get a look at Noah Brannock, the quarterback for Calvert Hall. Senior quarterback drops back. First pitch, a screen to the outside and brought down pretty quickly for a short gain, about 1 yard. Ball was thrown out to Oliver Reed, the sophomore wide receiver. Calvert Hall, a team pretty much opposite of the way they want to do things offensively. Although Lipscomb ran the ball more than they typically have, they've been more of a passing team, where Calvert Hall, they focus more on the run. And there is the first run play for a gain of 3 that time. John Asuko, another sophomore, both teams featuring sophomore running backs. Calvert Hall from Baltimore, they also won a state championship last year. Coach Josh Ward winning their MIAA A Division championship. So 2 schools who won state championships in 2021 facing off here in Nashville. Pressure, and there goes the quarterback Brannock showing off some wheels. Big gain down the field right near midfield. Noah Brannock. Lipscomb bringing pressure in the backfield, and Brannock stepped up in the pocket, saw a lot of green in front of him, and took off running. A big gain up to the 48-yard line. Offensively this season, in the first 2 games, Calvert Hall averaging 35 points a game. Talked about Lipscomb's offense averaging 31, but defensively, they've only averaged in their first 3 games as a snap that was well before anyone else was expecting it. The only person was the center. Everyone else was standing still. The quarterback, Brannock, just dives into the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up second down. But defensively, Lipscomb just giving up 7 points per game. We'll give Brannock a 2-yard gain on that, so second down and 8. Hard count once again. Calvert Hall trying to point. The man went in the neutral zone, but no contact, so we'll let things play on here. In the shotgun, Brannock looking for something to open up, trying to make something happen, and will go out of bounds and gets taken out on the sideline. Not sure if he got hit or if he slipped on the mat over there. No flag as of now. Be a loss of 1. It'll bring up third down and 9 for the Cardinals. No correction, loss of 3. It'll bring up third and 11. Trips to the near side of the field for Calvert Hall. Bringing a lot of people to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll back things off, and a whistle's blown, and a flag is thrown. It'll be a legal substitution on the defense. So a 5-yard penalty will move things more manageable. So it'll be a 3rd and 6 for Calvert Hall. We'll see what Josh Ward calls up here for his offense. Once again, trips to the near side. Rannoch, the quarterback, will give the ball to the running back, Asuko, and he is brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage. First there for Lipscomb was Brian Longwell. Longwell, the senior linebacker, and now decision time. Will they go for it on 4th down? And it looks like they will. Nope, they will bring out the punt team. High, short punt, ball bounces, takes a Calvert Hall bounce as it rolls all the way to the 5-yard line, and that's where it'll be down. Lipscomb winning 7-0. When we return, they'll be back on the field offensively on Flow Football. Trent Dilfer looking over his play sheet offensively. That first drive could not have gone any better for Lipscomb. We'll see if there's any adjustments defensively from Calvert Hall as the quarterback, Hank Brown, sets up the screen. We'll give it off to Micah Burden. Makes one man miss. A big gain all the way out to the 30-yard line on the screen pass to Micah Burden. Burden has been used out of the backfield for those screen-type plays this season. Through the first 3 games, he had 9 catches. They'll mark him out at the 28-yard line. This time they'll give the ball to Patterson. And Patterson will pick up 7. Patterson's been running to the near side of the field, using the right side of the offensive line. Until that run, first time that we've seen him go towards the left. This time they'll wind up in the pistol. Brown play fake to Patterson, roll out, and this time get it out to one of his receivers who's brought down at the 47-yard line. Ball was caught by the junior tight end, Andy Smith. Just the 3rd reception on the season for Smith, and it's enough for a first down. We'll give the ball off again to Patterson. Another 4-yard gain for the sophomore Patterson. Trent Dilfer and Lipscomb moving quickly. Will continue to run out of the no huddle. Patterson, the ball carrier, this time goes between the tackles and is stopped for another gain of 4. And you'll take that all day long. 4 yards every time you're running the football, and you put yourself in 2nd and medium, 3rd and short. As it will bring up 3rd down and 4 here. It's been all running except for the pass to the tight end. This time they will pass. Brown looks downfield, and the ball is caught by the speedy receiver, Sherrill. Sherrill goes out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Another beautiful pass by Hank Brown to junior Sherrill. Now the first time that Calvert was able to put Lipscomb in a situation on a 3rd down, and Hank Brown able to convert for the Mustangs. Slowing things down after that long play, taking a long look at the play sheets on the sideline, or the play posters, you shall say. Receivers stacked on the near side of the field as you see all the students and people in the area coming out for a rare Saturday night matchup. Going backside again, finds his tight end, and taking the ball inside the 5-yard line is Andy Smith. Smith matching his reception total in the first 2 games already here in the first quarter. First down and goal from the 4-yard line. They'll bring Micah Burden in the backfield. They'll give to Burden, and Burden will scoot in for the touchdown. First drive, it was sophomore Drew Patterson getting the touchdown, and second drive, Micah Burden, another sophomore running back, goes in for the touchdown. That'll bring on Luke Jeans to attempt his second PAT of the night. Snap good, hold down, kick is true. And Lipscomb takes a 14-0 lead with 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for Lipscomb. Calvert Hall will get their second offensive series when we come back on Flow Football. $14-0 for the home team. Talked about the last 15 games here at the home stadium of Lipscomb Academy. 15-0, outscoring opponents 777 to 83, and starting things off with a bang as you take a look at the man who just scored the second touchdown, Micah Burden, one of the 2 sophomore running backs featured for this Mustang ball club. Calvert Hall making the trip down from Baltimore, Maryland. They are ranked 11th in the state of Maryland. Lipscomb Academy ranked 1st in the state of Tennessee and nationally ranked 24th. Jeans puts a boot into it. That time it will be returned once again. A big hole up the middle for the return man. A nice return for Donnie Lewis. Donnie Lewis got the football, and he just went north-south, exactly what you teach a kick and punt returner, a return up to the 39-yard line. And that's where Calvert Hall will start their second possession. Lipscomb was able to force a punt on their opening drive. We'll see what Noah Brannock and the offense comes up with on this one. Handoff and brought down right away, Asuko. Bringing him down once again was Brian Longwell. Called his name a couple times. A loss of 1 for Asuko. Calvert Hall does like to run more than they pass. Brannock rolling to his right, eyes downfield, fires, and that ball is it intercepted? Is he inbounds? Waiting for the signal. He caught the football. The question is, did he get a foot down? They will say, no, he did not. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Great defensive effort by Bo Strickland. Another sophomore standout on this Lipscomb team. Third and long. Trips to the near side of the field, bringing pressure is Lipscomb. There they come, and Brannock is brought down. Brought down by Hunter High. The senior linebacker, Hunter High, going to Tennessee next year, not to play football, but to play baseball. And Calvert Hall will need to punt once again. Lipscomb, a lot of celebrating. See if they get off the field. They might be flagged for too many men on the field. As a 29-yard punt. He spotted at the 46-yard line. When we come back, Lipscomb up 14-0 over Calvert Hall on Flow Football. Hank Brown has had his way offensively through the air and getting great ground production. Is a reverse this time. A lot of green out in front. Camarion Ward, the wide receiver / running back, coming around from the outside. A big gain, first down for Camarion Ward, the junior. Ward does a little bit of everything for this Lipscomb team. He plays wide receiver, running back, and defensive back. I believe there's going to be a late hit out of bounds as well. And that's exactly what it is. So not only Ward with a big run, he also gets another 15 yards with the personal foul penalty and a frustration flag that time for Calvert Hall. That's one of those times right now. Lipscomb has gone down the field their first two possessions. Third possession here, big play on first down, and no need to give an extra push. He was already out of bounds, and now Lipscomb already near the red zone. Pulling the ball out to the flat once again is Sherrill, and Sherrill will be marked out of bounds at the 2. That Hank Brown to Junior Sherrill combo has been electric already here in the first quarter, as well as all season long through the first 3 games. And just like that, third play here, the third drive, Lipscomb looking to get into the end zone. But they will be stopped as they give the ball to Micah Burden. Burden stopped for no gain. Burden was the ball carrier that scored the last touchdown as he remains in the backfield. This time a little flip pass to the wide receiver Sherrill, and he will cross the goal line into the end zone for a touchdown. The little push pass by Hank Brown, it'll go down as a touchdown. And a reception by Junior Sherrill. That's his 5th touchdown of the season receiving. And Lipscomb is up 20-0 here in the first quarter. Luke Jeans in for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start here on a Saturday night in Music City. The home team, Lipscomb, up 21-0 on Flow Football. Lipscomb 21, Calvert Hall 0 here on Saturday night in Nashville, Tennessee. A great high school football matchup on Flow Sports, Flow Football. But this game has been all Lipscomb in the first quarter. 3 offensive possessions and 3 touchdowns. Calvert Hall has converted 1 first down on their first 2 drives. That was on a quarterback scramble by Noah Brannock. But other than that, this defense of Lipscomb has really shut the Cardinals down. Luke Jean set to kick off. Kicks this one deep, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. First touchback of the night for the senior kicker, Luke Jeans. Donnie Lewis has had a couple nice returns in his first two. That time does not get the opportunity. "16 seconds here in the first quarter with Lipscomb leading 21-0. Brannock, the quarterback, Asuko next to him in the backfield. Drops back to pass, goes deep down the field and overthrows his speeder receiver, Donnie Lewis. Lewis, the senior, who is their kick returner as well. He was open. Brannock just put a little bit too much under it. One of the few times in this first quarter that Brannock really did not have a lot of pressure in his face. Had time, but just a little too much air under it. Oliver Red goes in motion. Brannock takes the snap, looking to pass once again, and he is brought down immediately. A flag comes in. A couple Lipscomb defenders were there. The ball came out. It was recovered by Calvert Hall. We'll wait to see what the penalty is. Brannock really had no opportunity to do anything. That time, Lipscomb brought some pressure, brought him down immediately. The ball came out. Fortunately for Calvert Hall, they recovered. But a face mask call against Lipscomb, and that's going to move the ball 15 yards forward and give Calvert Hall a first down. So it looked like what was going to be 3rd and about 18 or so. Now turns into a first down. Well, they'll say it's still 2nd down because it'll be 15 yards from the spot of the foul, and it was so far back in the backfield, and that'll be the way that the first quarter will end. All home team, Lipscomb Academy 21, Calvert Hall 0. Be back with the second quarter here on Flow Football.
Student athletes. That play begins in the second quarter. Ball is at the Cardinals' 27-yard line. 2nd and 3, Calvert Hall.
Sorry for those technical difficulties. As Calvert Hall looks to get things going offensively after the face mask penalty, and converting that time on the pass was Brannock, and another first down. And sometimes that's just what you need, a little penalty, a little momentum to help you out, get things going, settle the sidelines down. Brannock rolling to his right. Throws downfield and just over the outstretched arms of Donnie Lewis. Good coverage by Lipscomb, but Lewis did have a step on the defender. And we've seen Calvert Hall go to that a few times, trying to get the ball downfield to their one of their top receivers. Coming into today, Brannock averaging 229 yards through the air. This time he'll take off running, and a powerful run. He was hit short of the first down marker, but drug some would-be defenders with him. Picks up a first down. Brannock, like I mentioned, through the air, averaging 229 yards, 6 touchdowns through their first 2 games of the season. So first down and 10, just underway here in the second quarter. Give the ball off to DeJuan Dorsey. First time it's called Dorsey's name. Just his 10th carry of the season for Dorsey, averaging just over 2 yards a carry. Picks up 1 on that one. Good look right there on Brian Longwell, one of the leading tacklers for this Lipscomb squad. Been around the ball all evening. Guards pull, they'll give the ball back once again to Dorsey, and Dorsey looks to have enough for a first down. Picks up 9 right at the sticks, first down for Dorsey. Yep, third first down on this drive. Just one first down in the first 2 drives for Calvert Hall, and the first one aided by a penalty, and then 2 straight first downs for the Cardinals. Shotgun again, rolling to the right, looking downfield to throw, and this time he will complete it. Big hit by Edwin Spillman. Spillman, a junior linebacker, he's uncommitted. He's an ESPN top 300 player, 4-star recruit, has offers from just about every Power 5 across the country. Back to ESPN top 300 players, both juniors on this Lipscomb team, is coming from behind. Brian Longwell brings down the quarterback Noah Brannock on a designed quarterback keeper. Longwell came into today with 22 tackles, second on the team, behind Edwin Spillman, who just had that big hit. So Calvert Hall in another third down situation. 3rd down and 4, rolling to his left, trying to square his shoulders to throw downfield. He does. The ball is completed to Donnie Lewis. Well, they've been trying to get the ball to Lewis all game and been more of out routes, and that time coming back towards the ball was Lewis as the quarterback Noah Brannock was rolling to his left, and another 3rd down conversion, first down for Calvert Hall. Back shoulder pass complete once again. Chris Hewitt. Chris Hewitt, just a freshman. His 6th reception of the season. And Lipscomb will take a timeout. Trent Dilfer did not like the way the defense has come out on this 3rd drive for Calvert Hall. Calvert Hall driving, trailing 21-0. You're watching Flow Football. So they find themselves down 21-0. Couple rushing touchdowns by Drew Patterson and Micah Burden before Junior Sherrill got the first receiving touchdown. And Calvert Hall had 1 first down prior to this drive, and they've been moving the ball at will. Handoff, cutting back inside that time was Asuko, and he'll be stopped for a short gain once again on the tackle, Longwell. Ryan Longwell has been all over the field. That's at least his 4th or 5th tackle tonight. Brannock out of the shotgun, hands the ball off, scooching his way forward. That time was Jake Stewart. Stewart, a junior running back, just his 7th carry, picks up a few. And that'll be third and goal from the 5. Or the 4, we'll say. Calvert Hall on third down, trips to the near side. We'll have Dawson Dorsey in the backfield with Brannock. Good protection, pump fake, nobody open, and then coming open was a receiver unable to bring it in. That time was Caden Barmer. Barmer, the leading receiver on the season for Calvert Hall. First time we called his name tonight. Should have been a touchdown and looked as if it just snuck up on him. Brannock was looking for someone to get open, fired it in there, and a decision right now for Josh Ward. It looks like he is going to keep his offense on the field. Big fourth down. Momentum one way or the other here after this play. Brannock takes it. Blitz is picked up. Now getting pressure on Brannock. Brannock scrambling. Who else knocks the ball out? But Brian Longwell. Doesn't matter who recovered the ball, whether it was Lipscomb or Calvert Hall. It'll be Lipscomb football. And what a turn of events. Calvert Hall quarterback Noah Brannock trying to make something happen, going for it on fourth down. It was Lipscomb that recovered the football. And Brannock fumbles. And what looked like to be a promising drive equates to no points on the scoreboard for the Cardinals. And that'll bring up this very potent offense back onto the field. The Mustangs, 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns. They'll keep Hank Brown, the Liberty commit, in at quarterback. Hands the ball off straight up the middle. Micah Burden picks up 6. Trent Dilfer looking over the play sheet. Last season I mentioned Lipscomb won the state championship. That was the first time since 2007. Little swing pass that time. Patterson. In on the play, Patrick O'Keefe plays both ways for Calvert Hall, lines up at tight end as well as defensive end. It'll be third down and 4 for the Mustangs. Hank Brown switches things up. And Brown, first time we've seen misfire that time. They had the trips on the near side of the field. Everyone focusing on that side of the field, and throws it back, trying to get the ball into the arms of one of the receivers on the far side, and Brown just short hopped it. They're going to keep the offense out onto the field. They're going to go for it here on fourth down and 4. Five wide. Now they'll bring Brown back. Looks like he's going to punt the football. That's exactly what he'll do, a quick punt. Nice punt. It takes a Lipscomb bounce as well, and it'll go down all the way to the 7-yard line. So Hank Brown has been pretty much flawless through the air in this first half, and showing off his leg there. First time Calvert Hall is forced to punt. Lipscomb 21, Calvert Hall nothing. They'll get the ball when we come back on Flow Football. .450 to go here in the second quarter. The home squad, Lipscomb Mustangs up 21-0 over Calvert Hall. Calvert Hall in the second quarter has played much better. A very long, promising drive that they got stuffed on fourth down inside the 5-yard line. But then the defense for the first time as well gets their first stop. As Tony Carter brings down the ball carrier for a loss of 2. Sasuko back at that running back position next to the quarterback, Noah Brannock. Brannock again will roll to his right, throws, and a big hit. Ball's caught, first down for Calvert Hall. And a flag is down. We'll see if we'll call a personal foul for that hit. I believe it was Caleb Beasley, the other top ESPN 300 player, 4-star recruit junior. And that's exactly what it is. And so just like the last Calvert Hall drive, personal foul penalty. Previous drive was a face mask. Moves the ball down the field, and that's when Calvert Hall really started to gain some confidence offensively. There you take a look at that 4-star recruit, Caleb Beasley, as well. Power 5 offers from pretty much everywhere across the country. Him and Edwin Spillman will have plenty of time to decide and plenty of places to choose from. Giving the ball off, trying to move to the right side of the field, picking up a couple was Dayon Dorsey. Ryan Loving on the tackle for the Mustangs. Some substitutions defensively in for Lipscomb. 3 down. So again, handing the ball off to Dorsey, and Dorsey had nowhere to run. Hunter High again in there on the tackle. As I mentioned before, a 2-sport athlete, both football and baseball, and High is going to play next season at the University of Tennessee playing baseball. Brannock claps his hands, rolls out to his left. Blitz is picked up, and the ball goes through the hands of Oliver Reed, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down and 8. Deep in their own territory, and Josh Ward will now send on his punt unit. So Calvert Hall was able to pick up some yardage thanks to the personal foul penalty. Their defense stopped Lipscomb on their last offensive drive, and they'll have another opportunity here before the half. Low line drive punt, plenty of room in front of the return man. Beasley, the return man, nice return, and with 2:44 to go, Lipscomb will have an opportunity to put more points up on the scoreboard. They lead 21-0 here on Flow Football. Hank Brown back in the shotgun formation, starting right at the 50-yard line. Ball handed off to the running back, Patterson. Patterson will rush for 6 on his first carry. carries have been split pretty much all game between Drew Patterson and Micah Burden, each with a touchdown as well. Both sophomore running backs for this Lipscomb team. Once again, it's Patterson. Patterson with a nice second effort that time as he was hit right before the sticks and bounced off a defender and kept his momentum going forward. Picks up a first down, gain of 5 for Drew Patterson. Patterson came into tonight with 37 carries. Micah Burden just 5 coming in, so a little bit surprising to see the carries so split between the two of them. Hank Brown throws it out to the near side of the field. Nice block by one of the receivers. That's Camarion Ward, who on a reverse had a big run play that was aided by a late hit out of bounds in the first quarter. And he picks up another first down. No, ball on the 21-yard line, under 2 minutes to go. A little push pass to Junior Sherrill. That's how he scored his first touchdown. That was the third touchdown of the game, and he'll go for about 6 yards. Whistles will stop as stop the clock as one of the Calvert Hall defenders' helmets popped off. Brown claps his hand, pressure on him, gets the ball out to Sherrill, and no catching him. Junior Sherrill showing off the speed, his second straight touchdown. The Vandy commit puts Lipscomb up 27-0. Well, anytime you get Junior Sherrill out in space with the speed and the momentum, there was no chance of stopping him. Luke Jeans on for the PAT, snaps good, hold good, and kick is good. Everything good here in the first half for Lipscomb Academy. They're leading Calvert Hall 28-0 here on Flow Football. There you see on the bench, Junior Sherrill getting a well-deserved breather after 2 straight touchdowns. Puts Lipscomb up 28-0, and 2 touchdown passes now on the night as well for Hank Brown, the Liberty commit. And a really interesting and nice story about Hank Brown. Brown committed to Liberty, and after his commitment to Liberty, he hand wrote every college that offered him a scholarship, a handwritten letter thanking them for his recruitment process. Great kid and had a great high school career here, and be playing down at Liberty next season. Jeans will kick it off, a little squibber down to the return man. Brought up the middle to about the 30-yard line. Donnie Lewis once again. So with just over a minute to go here in the second quarter, Lipscomb with the lead 28-0. Calvert Hall will receive the second half kickoff. We'll see if they try to do something offensively or maybe just run the ball a couple times, get into halftime, and see what adjustments they can make. But the way they're lined up, it doesn't look like that is the route they will be taking. They go 5 wide. Calvert Hall with all 3 of their timeouts. A holding call is going to come as that ball is thrown over the head of Donnie Lewis. Lewis stopped his route, started coming back to the quarterback, Brannock, and Brannock overthrew him. And you can see our official with the holding call there. They'll move Calvert Hall back 10 yards. Still be first down and 20. Brannick has been very accurate in the first 2 games of the season. 72% completion percentage. Has struggled a little bit tonight. You got to give Lipscomb's defense a lot of credit as a draw by Asuko, but he's met right away, and that'll bring up second down at about 19. And Lipscomb is going to call a timeout, stopping the clock. So Trent Dilfer saying, hey, I want to get one more stop potentially if we can force a punt, put our offense onto the field, and maybe get a few more points going into halftime. To get a good look in on Josh Ward's squad, and they won the state championship last year, MIAA A Division state champions. After this week's game, they'll head back to Maryland, Mount Zion Prep Academy on Friday night. That'll be a home game for Calvert Hall. Lipscomb will stay in Nashville playing against Franklin Road Academy. Quick out to Oliver Red. Forced out of bounds. We'll see. No, they did say he was hit inbounds, stopping the clock, and Lipscomb will take another timeout. So that'll stop the clock with 44 seconds to go. Lipscomb leading Calvert Hall 28-0 here on Flow Football. As we went into the break, you got a quick glimpse of Trent Dilfer pleading his case to the official that the ball carrier, Red, went out of bounds, and that should have stopped the clock, not needing to call that timeout for Lipscomb. As Lipscomb now is out of timeouts with 44 seconds left, and the way the play clock would be, if you would expect here on third down that Calvert Hall will run the ball to not give Lipscomb an opportunity, but if they do throw the ball and it's incomplete, Lipscomb would have one more opportunity to put points on the board. And doing the smart decision that time was Calvert Hall, running the football up to the 21-yard line, bringing up fourth down. All Lipscomb in the first half. 5 possessions offensively, and in those 5 possessions, 4 of them were touchdowns. Started out with a couple rushing touchdowns and then a couple passing touchdowns to Junior Sherrill. And that is the end of the first half. The home team in Music City, Lipscomb Academy, 28. Calvert Hall 0 here on Flow Sports.
Kobe McGuire on the victory in the Mustang Stampede. We'll be signing autographs on the track behind the south end field goal. Thank you to our staying cheerleaders for that amazing performance. Folks, our 2022 girls golf team is off to a great start, and we look forward to following their success as they continue with their season. I'd like at this time to honor our 2021 girls team and finish their season with a state championship runner-up trophy. The 2021 team members are Ava Bankston, Gillian Bowman, Riley Flick, Lyra Whitman. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 and 2022 girls golf team. Now please welcome our 2021-2022 state champion high school bowling team to the field. Athletic Director Jake House will be presenting the team with their championship ring. Alexander. Asadi Hargat. Eva Jeanette. Stephanie Mobley. Bella Thompson. Sophie Byrne. Bryce Ferguson. Nelson McFarland. Nick Owensby. And Scout Stevens. And your bowling team coaches, Coach Kara Ford and Coach Diana Vincent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your 2021-2022 state champion bowling team.
Welcome back to Nashville, Tennessee, as Lipscomb Academy, led by head coach Trent Dilfer, with the lead 28-0 over Calvert Hall. It was all Lipscomb Academy in the first half. In fact, in the first quarter, it was 21-0. Lipscomb scoring on their first 3 offensive possessions before getting stopped once and another touchdown on their 5th. 2 receiving touchdowns by Junior Sherrill and a running touchdown for Drew Patterson and Micah Burden is the scoring thus far. Calvert Hall will receive the second half kick as Jeans puts his right foot into it. Pooch kick to about the 22-yard line, and going down right there is one of the up men, Will Robertson. So Calvert Hall will start things off as we take a look next week, taking on Mount Zion Prep. Another non-division game next week for Calvert Hall. So Calvert Hall will travel back up to the state of Maryland where Mount Zion is, and that game will be a home game in Baltimore. There's their senior quarterback, Noah Brannock, being flanked in the backfield by John Asuko. And they'll swing the ball out to Asuko, and dropping it was John, and you can see visibly upset with himself that time. And it just seems like every time something has been set up for Calvert Hall, they haven't been able to capitalize. That time, a ball that should have been caught and lots of space in front of him. You also had it when Calvert Hall was inside the 5-yard line. What would have been a touchdown by Caden Barber, he dropped it, and a turnover on downs ensued on the following play. Clap in the hands, snapping and handing the ball off, and that time making up for the drop pass was Asuko. Asuko with his best rush of the night. Asuko came into tonight's game averaging 77 yards a game on the ground, 5.5 yards per carry. And that really the first run over 10 yards that we have seen from Asuko. Throwing the ball to the outside, a screen pass that's picked off. It hit off the receiver's hands. Or did he? It looked as if the ball hit off the receiver's hand. It was picked off by Caleb Beasley, and wonder if the receiver pulled the ball back out of his hands because of loss on the play. As they were setting up the bubble screen to the far side of the field. So it'll go down for a loss of 4. Bringing a blitz, deflecting the ball is, and caught Donnie Lewis. Great concentration going down to the turf to bring it in. Looked as if one of the Mustangs tipped the pass. Lewis kept on it, caught the ball, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. It'll be 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 6 now.
3rd and 6. Carter.
So Noah Brannock looking to keep this drive going. See, visibly frustrated right now as he looks to the sideline, waiting to get the play in, and Calvert Hall might have to burn a timeout here. A lot of confusion. We'll see if they can get it off before the play clock goes, or will they need to burn a timeout? Oh, they do get the play off. A run play, stop, start, and brought down was the running back, Dayon Dorsey. And you'd have to assume they would go for it. A flag is down. So a personal foul on Calvert Hall. But it'll still be 4th down, and now instead of what would have been 4th and medium and more than likely keeping the offense on the field, Calvert Hall will have to bring in their punt unit. Ball is punted away. And takes a Lipscomb bounce. And they'll have great field position starting on the 45-yard line. Their first offensive drive of the second half when we come back on Flow Football. Franklin Road Academy right here in Nashville next week. That game will be a division matchup. First pass of the second half by Hank Brown, complete for a first down. Nate Stillman, the receiver. And another penalty flag. Lipscomb retreating. Ineligible man downfield. So to remain first down, so first down and 15 now. That wipes off the pass by Hank Brown.
First and 15, Mustang.
Hank Brown, the Liberty commit, and a good look at him. Hands the ball off. Nice shifty move that time, and pulling 3-4 defenders with him was Drew Patterson. So the big first down taken away on the pass by Hank Brown, and Drew Patterson just gets pretty much most of that back. It'll be second down and 1. First offensive possession of the second half for Lipscomb Academy. This time throwing downfield. And the ball is caught and thrown down at the 23-yard line. Dylan Wroblewski. For Wroblewski, his second catch of the evening. That was a ball that he waited for. Hank Brown underthrew it. Wroblewski just sat there, caught it, but a big gain.
Track that 23-yard line.
Looking to set up the screen. They'll go the opposite way, back to Micah Burden, one of the running backs, and he will take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Micah Burden's second touchdown of the night. The first came by way on the ground. This one through the air, and Lipscomb Academy now leads 34-0. Trent Dilfer designing some trickery that time, having trips to the right, stacking all the receivers, throw back to the left to his running back, and Burden did the rest. As you take a look at Trent Dilfer giving some encouragement and props to his running back, Micah Burden. Extra point was good. 35-0 Lipscomb over Calvert Hall. You're watching on Flow Football. Well, welcome back to Music City. Lipscomb Academy 35, Calvert Hall 0. Here on a Saturday Night Football on Flow Sports. With the score now 35-0. The clock should become continuous except for on timeouts, injuries, and scores. A rule that was changed this year in the state of Tennessee. It previously was 35. This year they changed it to if an opponent was winning by 30, and if it goes below 30, then we'll go back to normal timing rules. A short kick and a Great return by Donnie Lewis as he heads down the sideline, goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. So second straight time we've seen Lipscomb go with a short pooch kick. The first time it was caught by an up man and taking a knee. That time a great return by the speedster Donnie Lewis. They put Lewis up in the up back spot, expecting it, and it went to their normal return man, and he made Lipscomb pay. So on the plus side of the field now is Calvert Hall. Screen pass out to the outside. Oliver Red. That's his second reception of the night. Just goes for a short gain of 1 or 2. We'll say it's a gain of 1. Ball on the 41-yard line. The quarterback, Noah Branagh, continues to look to get the play from the sideline. Second down snap. Draw to his running back and hit immediately after a short gain once again was DeJuan Dorsey. Brad Huber, one of the offensive linemen there. You see his helmet comes off, so he'll have to come out for a play, and that'll bring up third down. So 3rd down and 6, ball on the 38-yard line. Definitely 4-down territory from here. And 3 to the near side, 1 on the top. Dropping back, bringing a safety blitz, and they will get to him. Coming in on the blitz, Edwin Spillman, as well as J.P. Chafin. Both players in on there. Excuse me, that was not Chafin. That was Joshua Rubin, one of the defensive linemen. Him and Spillman getting to the quarterback, Branagh. With the score the way that it is and where the ball is on the field, we'll see if they will, in fact, go for it here on 4th and 14. Getting a look at the coaching staff of Calvert Hall. Josh Ward, the head coach, winning that state championship in Maryland last season. 1-1 on the season as Josh Ward will let the play clock go all the way down to 0. Call a timeout. Give his team a little bit more time to draw up what he hopes to be a successful 4th down play when we come back. Lipscomb 35, Calvert Hall 0. You're watching. Josh Ward and the Cardinal offense continuing to talk things over on the Calvert Hall sideline. Not the outcome that Calvert Hall would have liked, making the trip down from Baltimore, Maryland to Nashville, Tennessee, but there's still learning experiences in all these types of games. Noah Branagh at quarterback as they bring in Jake Stewart in the backfield this time. Rolling to his left, squaring, throwing downfield, and the ball is complete. A big time throw by Noah Branagh, and making the catch, Caden Barmer. We said Barmer has had a relatively quiet night from what we've seen from him over the first 2 games of the season, but none bigger that time. 4th and 15. For Barmer. Trying to get the ball to Barmer once again, and the ball is deflected. Great job by Chris Thompson getting his big paw on the ball. They were trying to set that screen up for Barmer. Barber came into tonight's game averaging 78 yards through the air. 156 yards through the first 2 games. Second down, handoff, but brought down in the backfield. Jake Stewart being tackled by Joshua Rubin once again. Third down and 13 here for Calvert Hall. Again, 4 down territory if they're not able to convert here. Rolling out, completing it to Red once again. And hit right away. So Red able to get up to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 3. And that'll now bring up 4th down and 10. Calvert Hall just converted on their previous 4th down, a pass downfield to Caden Barber. We'll see what Josh Ward draws up here. Granite claps his hands, rolls left, squares his feet, throws downfield, and that ball is incomplete, just out of the outstretched arms of Donnie Lewis. Great defense that time by CJ Jim Cooley. Sophomore defensive back, and a turnover on downs. Lipscomb's offense back out onto the field, being led by Hank Brown. He will stay in there at quarterback. As you see him jogging onto the field into the huddle. Clock continuing to move with Lipscomb up by 30 or more points in the second half. Takes it to the running back. Now will step back. Pass downfield is going to be caught. Dylan Lorick with his first catch of the night had to go down to the turf and give Hank Brown a lot of credit. He stood in there. He knew he was going to take a hit, and he still fired it into the area of his receiver, and Lorick did an even better job going down, making that catch for the first down. Again, a little trickery on the reverse, getting the ball outside to Junior Sherrill. We saw them run that play in the first half, and in the first half it went for a Sherrill touchdown. That time Calvert Hall did a great job of reading it, and Smith brings him down for no gain. Loading up the box defensively is Calvert Hall. They'll give it to the ball carrier, but Drew Patterson able to slither his way through. So he'll be just short, about 3rd down and 3 here for Lipscomb, and don't believe Lipscomb will need to snap it again here in the 3rd quarter. Nope, they will line up though. 10 seconds to go. We'll see if they do run a play. They do. They give it to the running back, and he is brought down in the backfield. Keaton Eyring, senior defensive lineman, grabbing Drew Patterson and throwing him down in the backfield for a loss. And that is how the 3rd quarter will come to an end. The score, Lipscomb Academy 35, Calvert Hall 0. You're watching on Flow Football.
Cardinals, it's time to pull a winner for that autograph.
It's been all the home team here in Nashville tonight as you take a look at Lipscomb Academy, and 20 college football commits from this program. And, really since Trent Dilfer took over, this program has continued to get better and better each year. So we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Dilfer started off as the head coach 7-8. Since that, 24-2 after tonight, looking like that'll be 25-2 at a state championship last year. Ball is tipped and will be incomplete. And interesting, Lipscomb going for it on fourth down right around midfield with a 35-0 lead, and it'll be a turnover on downs, and that'll give Calvert Hall an opportunity. Lipscomb's defense has been so good through the first 4 games now, or 3+ games we should say, averaging just giving up 7 points per game. Last week against Good Pasture, a shutout, and they're looking to get their second straight one here tonight. Ball handed off to Asuko. Asuko able to pick up a few. Hunter High with the tackle. Both teams continuing to play their ones here as we're counting down in the fourth quarter. Ball on the 45-yard line. Snap will be coming to Brannock. Handing the ball off again, this time a gain of about 2 by Asuko. And that'll bring up third down and about 3. Chris Thompson in on the tackle. Wasn't sure if this game was going to take place tonight or if they were going to try to move it up. A lot of inclement weather in the Nashville, Tennessee area, but things held off enough. Weather stayed good and we're able to keep the original game time. Brannock going deep downfield, incomplete. And Donnie Lewis immediately grabbing for his calf, and you hope that's just a cramp. Lewis has been going on those out routes, go patterns all night long. Return man has been out there a lot. That time running about 50 yards on the route. Brannock trying to hit him and was able to get one hand on the ball, unable to bring it in. And we hope Donnie Lewis is okay. We'll step aside as well. It's Lipscomb 35, Calvert Hall 0 on Flow Football. Back from Music City, Lipscomb 9 minutes and 40 seconds away from moving to 4-0 on the season is a good sign right there for Calvert Hall. Donnie Lewis looks as if it was just cramps as he takes down some water or Powerade as he walks off the field. Glad nothing serious, and that'll now bring up a fourth down play for Calvert Hall. Lipscomb just turned it over on downs on their last offensive possession. We'll see what happens for the Cardinal here. Quick 3-step drop, throw right on the money. Bringing the ball in that time for Calvert Hall was Gabe Levrone. Lavrone, a sophomore, with his first catch of the night, and that'll keep the drive alive. That's the third fourth down conversion tonight by the Cardinal. One of the few areas that you could say Lipscomb, if they're going and looking back at something that they want to clean up, that would be one of them. Another three-step drop, throw to the outside, and brought down for about a gain of 5 was Caden Barmer. Barmer getting a lot more involved here in the second half in the passing game than he was in the first half. Spinning and throwing the ball that time was Brannock, as good coverage downfield by Lipscomb, forcing Brannock to have to hold on to the ball, waiting for someone to pop open. Nobody did, and was able to get the ball away before taking a sack. Lipscomb has been able to put a lot of pressure in the backfield all game long in passing situations. As it will now be 3rd and 5 from the 22. Snap, handoff. Slithering his way for 2 yards once again was John Asuko, and that'll now bring up 4th down and 3. We see Gabe Lavrone, who had a reception this drive, check back in, as Calvert Hall looks to convert their second 4th down of this drive. Fourth down 3. Brannock will move Asuko to the other side, take the snap, fire, and the ball is dropped. Caden Barmer, ball was thrown a little bit behind Barmer, but he was unable to bring it in, and just like Lipscomb turned it over on downs, so does Calvert Hall. They get the stop, and now the Lipscomb offense will come back on the field after this quick break, 35-0 over Calvert Hall on Flow Football.
New quarterback for the Mustangs, 18, Tab Schaefer.
Lipscomb takes over right on the 20-yard line here with 6:15 to go. Quarterback change. They will bring in the sophomore Tav Schaefer. Give the ball off to a new running back. We'll spot him. No, that was Drew Patterson. So Patterson staying in the game, the sophomore running back. Now he'll come out, and Micah Burden will check in. Tav Schaefer, just a sophomore, getting the opportunity here for the second straight week with the score last week against Good Pasture, 52-0, leading 35-0 here. They'll bring in another quarterback for this series, Jackson Kilberg, or this play, excuse me. Kilberg hands the ball off, handing it to Micah Burton. He'll pick up 2 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd and 6. So Schaefer took the first down snap, Kilberg the second down snap. We'll see who is in here for the 3rd down. And they'll bring back in Schaefer. Lipscomb in no hurry. You saw earlier in the ball game, they were running out of the no huddle. With the score 35-0, you have the running clock. With under 5 minutes to go, taking their time. First time we'll see a pass from Schaefer. It's complete. Running down the field, picking up the first down was the sophomore tight end, TJ Briggs. So Tav Schaefer gets his first completion. That's his first completion this season as well. Jackson Kilburn comes in at quarterback. In fact, the only other player to attempt a pass was the wide receiver Junior Sherrill this season. Hand off to the running back Micah Burden. He'll fall forward for a few. As Lipscomb is coming closer to improving to 4-0 as an injured Cardinal on the field. I believe it is Darius Smith, the player who is down. While the athletic trainers takes a look, we'll step away. Lipscomb cruising 35-0 here on Flow Football. Well, the students are enjoying themselves here in Nashville. Lipscomb Academy having a great time. All smiles over there, 35-0, as Darius Smith will be helped off the field, not putting any weight on that right leg, and you can only hope that he will be okay for Calvert Hall. Jackson Kilberg will be the quarterback on this play for the Mustangs. He'll keep it. Kilberg will have his first pass attempt going downfield and knocked away. Great coverage that time by Kyrie Murphy. Trying to get the ball to the freshman wide receiver Dante Fowler. But Murphy, even better in coverage, timed that, got that front arm in there to knock it away as a flag came in. Looks like it's going to be another ineligible man downfield penalty. So the move, the Mustangs back 5 yards and replay second down.
Second and 11 Mustang.
Schaefer in at quarterback. Tries to throw out the bubble screen and underthrows it to Cole Schulman. So that'll bring up third down and 11 for Lipscomb on this drive, as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Lipscomb started the game on fire, scoring 3 touchdowns on their opening 3 drives. In fact, 4 of the first 5 drives offensively for Lipscomb were touchdowns. A running touchdown for Drew Patterson and Micah Burden, and a couple by Junior Sherrill through the air. And then here in the second half, Micah Burden got one in the third, as that ball is thrown and caught by Mason Baker. Mason Baker, impressive, has a club on one arm, so really only one hand that time, able to bring it in and keep the drive alive for a first down.
Cardinals 35-yard line, first and 10 Mustang.
Schaefer, the quarterback now. Give the ball off to one of the ball carriers, met by a swarm of defenders led by Colin Beckner.
On the tackle for the Cardinals, number 34, Colin Beckner.
under 1 minute to go here in Nashville. Lipscomb will improve to 4-0 on the season. Calvert Hall will fall to 1-2. Calvert Hall still has a lot of talent on that roster. Still look for some big things from them this season. A lot of young players on that state championship team last year. And Lipscomb, of course, looking to repeat as state champions in the state of Tennessee. That should be the last snap of the game, as Lipscomb will get the victory over Calvert Hall, 35-0. Trent Dilfer continues that streak since taking over as head coach, improving now to 25-2 in his last 27 games, as you see him and Josh Ward exchange words after this one. Final score from Nashville, Tennessee, 35-0, Lipscomb over Calvert Hall. For Seamus Brady and our entire production crew, I'm Matt Goldstein saying so long from Nashville.